Hi, this is the Teaser King. This is Howard, just coming to you with just some general information. Some people wanted to know about purchasing the picks for the entire year. I will give a discount of $350 for the rest of the year for all my picks, which would include the college bowl games, the NFL playoffs, and the rest of the year, which includes all my locks and just college and pro games. I had another huge week. Both locks won. I did say I'd have 3 locks, and the third lock was going to be Denver over Washington, but due to the nature of finding out Peyton Manning had the 2 sprained ankles and they really didn't report it, I didn't want to mess with it. I don't know what happened in the first half. In the second half, he came out and looked like Peyton Manning. So anyway, apologize if anybody thought there'd be 3 locks. There was a total of 4 for the weekend. Ole Miss and Fresno State yesterday, and Dallas and Green Bay with nice, easy wins today. So I'm sure I'll have plenty next week. But I just wanted to make that offer. So it's www.teaserking.com, Teaserking, Teaser King. And I will definitely give a discount for the rest of the year. So it'll be $350, and you can have all the picks that I would put all the way through the Super Bowl. So I just wanted to throw that out there. One thing I also want to notice about watching the line, it doesn't always mean to go with the line. For example, Ohio State went from 14 to 16, and they won by 50 points. But Michigan State went from 10 to 8, and Michigan State won by 40 points. So be careful when you're looking at the money line. Well, when you're looking at the lines, not the money lines, but the lines. I will watch them and notice. Also, the Utah game went from 7 down to 4.5, 5, because Marquise Lee was out. And then the Utah quarterback hurt his finger, so he was a little injured in that game. So you got to be careful just watching the money to do that. It doesn't always. It's not an automatic. Oh, I look at all the people are betting and the spread jumped 2 points. I'll jump on it. I mean, look at tonight's game. One of my locks, Green Bay. The locks today were Dallas and Green Bay, and the Green Bay went from 9 down to 7 because Ponder was the quarterback, who is terrible, versus if Josh Freeman, who's even worse, was the quarterback. So again, you might have played Minnesota incorrectly because Green Bay was for sure the lock. So you got to watch that. These injuries, Brady and Manning today were injured, but still champions, played through it. And anyway, that's I just wanted to kind of make a few comments about that. One other comment, the Fresno State-San Diego State game, what a game that was. San Diego State's better than I thought, and Fresno State just has the heart of a champion. They won't lose. I saw an onside kick by Fresno State. It was unbelievable, or by San Diego State. The guy actually kicked the middle of the ball to the receiver running down the sideline. I've never seen it. Usually they kick it into the ground and then it doesn't bounce. He actually kicked the middle of the ball about 15 yards right on the sideline, and the wide receiver playing the edge on the kick off team just ran and caught it. It was unbelievable. San Diego State's looked very good, and I don't know, a lot better than I thought, but it was a great game. Fresno State blocked the kick with 3 seconds left, or we would have lost, and then Fresno State scores in overtime, and then the last pass was incomplete by San Diego State, so we got the win there. But you've got to watch the teams. Some of these teams get a little bit better as they go on. There was new coaches in San Diego State with Rocky Long, the old New Mexico coach, and Bob Toledo, which I love Bob Toledo as an offensive coordinator. That guy is fantastic. And they looked really good, and their defense was weird. I've never seen it before. They lined up with 6 guys standing up, and it was basically a 3-man rush, but the linebackers all dropped, but nobody took a 3-point stand. They all stood in 2-point stands, and you didn't know who was coming. And it was very, very clever. It confused Fresno State most of the game. But Fresno State, Derek Carr came through at the end, and it was real tough. Anyway, I just wanted to note that out. So things are starting to become much more clear who the good quarterbacks are and which teams are just not as good as you think, like a Tulsa. Oklahoma's not that good. Texas is starting to get better. Ohio State's showing their wear. You know, it's just really coming in. Michigan State's starting to get a bit of an offense. Big game with Michigan this week. Anyway, we'll look at all that. But when you do buy, my week starts on Tuesday. So the end of the week's the Monday night game, because I basically go by week. So this is week 8 in the NFL, will end tomorrow, Monday night. And just due to the nature of football, it really starts, I guess it would be Tuesday, but normally like Thursday. So if you want to buy, I recommend buying probably either Wednesday or Thursday for Thursday's games. And I would also recommend to shop for the lines. I had Green Bay initially -8, then it went to 9, but I already had the bet in at 8, and that's what I post, is what I'm betting, and I'm shopping for lines. So I'll bet in Vegas, and it'll be wherever has the best line for which way I'm going. So please be careful with the line movements and try to shop if you can. If you're online, just try to have 4 or 5 different, online services. If you just use a book, then of course try to, maybe get 2 or 3 bookies to try to get the best line, because these points will kill you. If you can get the best, you can save a point and a half. It's huge. So anyway, that's what I would recommend for that. But I try to post the best line, and when the lines move, I try to make a note of it, try to tell everybody what's going on with that. Anyway, I do add games. Like Saturday, I watch how the game's going. I get a feel, and I might play a night game. When I don't, maybe the early games are going a certain style, and I like a night game, but I want to see how the day's going. Or in the pros, I added a pro game this morning. Again, I ended up playing New Orleans with the Giants. I was going to play New Orleans with Denver, but when I heard the Manning news, and I had already posted Denver, so I'm not going to take it off, but when I heard the Manning news, I then switched it to the Giants, which I liked as the dog in that series. So I took the Giants with New Orleans, and they were fine. So anyway, I try to watch everything, but I do add. So basically, the week will probably, figure it starts on Thursday and goes to the Monday night game. That's how I do it. But if you do take the special for the whole year, I mean, it's really affordable at $350. It's, I don't know, $30–40 a week, because this goes all the way. You get all the bowl games. It goes all the way through the Super Bowl. So you're getting all the playoffs, which would cost you $50 a week, basically for very little. So anyway, thank you for listening, your comments and everything else. I really appreciate it. And I had another big week, and look forward to another big week next week. I got it all locked in. So anyway, have a great weekend, and take care. Again, it's www.teaserking.com, and please buy early so you don't miss Thursday or Friday games. All right, have a great week, and thank you very much.